Hello, scholars, and welcome to POL 450, Research Methods for Political Science. This is going to be the syllabus overview for this course, where we will detail the syllabus and hopefully answer many of your questions that you have of this course. By this point, I hope that you have looked at the syllabus, but I'm going to break down each section that I believe that is important for you as a student. That will start with the course description. This course examines the research method used in political science. Topics addressed in this course include the philosophical and theoretical foundations of social science research, ethical issues related to research, research design, descriptive and inferential statistical analysis, survey, qualitative field, unobstructive, and evaluation research, and qualitative and quantitative data analysis with the Statistical Package for Social Science, SPSS. Students will obtain the statistical knowledge necessary to read and critique scholarly articles and books. In addition, this course will prepare students to use statistical methods in their own research in graduate schools or in their professional careers. The syllabus then goes into online learning, and what is important in this section is our course week. This course, like many of your courses in OPS, work on a Monday to Sunday design. This course is 8 weeks long, and each course starts on Monday and ends on Sunday. For course assignments, the due date will be at the end of the week. So all coursework in a given week is due by Sunday at 11:59. Anything past that will be considered past due. So there shouldn't be any confusion on our course week. To give you an example, week 1 will start on Monday and will end on Sunday at 11:59, with week 2 starting on Monday at 12:01. We next have the instructor contact information. There's my name, Brian Gazzetta, but more importantly, there's my email address, briangazzetta@calbaptist.edu. That is your way of reaching and contacting me. I know that as online students, communication is key and critical, and timely communication is even more critical. I'm like all of you. I have a device on me, probably at all times, that will receive an email. I will do my due diligence to reply to all of your emails as quickly as possible. My goal is to reply to them as soon as possible, but ultimately, I have a life just as all of you do. And sometimes the opportunity for me to reply to an email might not be at that exact moment you send it to me. It might be that evening. But my assurance to you is that I attempt, if I can't answer your email during the day, I will get to all my emails at night because I know that you want that quick information so that you can move forward with your busy lives. For the required text for this book, I hope that we have already dove in Writing a Research Paper in Political Science, a Practical Guide to Inquiry, Structure, and Methods. That will be the textbook and the resource guide throughout this course. We then have the course student objectives, and you can read through those to see what the objectives and how those objectives are break down to match our student learning outcomes and our university student outcomes. Then we have our assignment overview. For this course, I am going to start with our critical assignment and explain the critical assignment because I believe that the design for this course is somewhat unique compared to your other courses. For this course, we are going to have a critical assignment which is called a research prospectus. A research prospectus is typically a 5-chapter paper that talks about the research project that you have studied. For this course, we are going to do the first 3 chapters: the introduction and design, the literature review, and the methodologies, chapters 1, 2, and 3. This paper will be 7 to 12 pages and will be for an original research project. When I say research projects, this course isn't a research paper, it is a research project. A research project, we are going to answer a question or attempt to answer a question. That question is going to land somewhere within the political science realm. There is a question that you need an answer to. Why are people doing a certain behavior? Why is this occurring? What is going on? And you're going to answer this question through a research process. That research process is going to be outlined in this research prospectus. Why I started with the critical assignment is that each week of this course, we are going to build the individual pieces that make up the research prospectus. So, unlike other courses where weekly you're introduced to information, and ultimately for the critical assignment, you take that information and write a paper, this course is different. Each week you're going to build a module, a portion of it, and at the end you're going to put together all those pieces, and that's your critical assignment. You might find that the workload for this course is a little bit more difficult on a weekly basis, but you're going to reap the rewards of that at the end where you don't have a large critical assignment to complete. If you put the due diligence in weekly, create each one of those modules, fine tune them. At the end, all you have to do is take those pieces, combine them together, make it clean and orderly, and submit. Those pieces are what our written assignments are going to be. There's 7 written assignments in this course, and you will complete each one of those on a weekly basis. Those written assignments will then be the piecework for our research prospectus, your critical assignment. There are also application assignments. These are going to be weekly as well, where you're going to apply the information that we talk about that week and put it together towards a specific activity. We also have discussion boards. And let me take a second to explain discussion boards. This being a completely online course, we lose the classroom portion. That classroom portion being the interaction. The interaction between me as the instructor and you as a student, the interaction with you as a student to me as an instructor, and the interaction amongst your peers. To replace that interaction, that dialogue, those questions and answers, we utilize discussion boards. And discussion boards then have to mimic that dialogue. We need to answer questions and reply to our colleagues to enhance this learning environment in this course. So I take our discussion board seriously. Discussion board questions based on the assigned readings, lectures, or videos will be posted in week 2, 4, 6, and 7. Students are required to respond to the instructor's prompts and also respond to at least 2 of their classmates' postings. At least 2. All responses must be no less than 250 words. So your original post and your follow-ups need to be at least 250 words. Students must participate throughout the week and not wait until the last day to participate. All discussion boarded activity is due no later than day 7 of each week, and no credit will be given to late postings. Grade rejections will reflect those students that wait until the last day of the week to add participation to the discussion. Remember, if you're making a post at 11:59 on Sunday, and then you're not adding to the discussion, no one is going to be able to read your post and build upon that. So I expect these posts to come early in the week. You read through your colleagues and you reply to them. What this course isn't going to allow is, I agree with that. That's a good point, so and so. I completely agree. I want you to add to the body of knowledge. I want you to add to the discussion. That's why I believe that you need, if you're going to add a true benefit to the discussion, you can't do that in any less than 250 words. So that's what I'm looking for. And also, no late credit is given. You understand that the whole concept, the whole premise behind a discussion board is that you are participating in the discussion, that you are giving a post and you are applying to a post. If you do it past the deadline, it negates the whole premise behind this. So that is the logic why there is no late work for discussion boards. There are journal assignments. Journal assignments, remember, are a little different. When you write a journal assignment, that is you talking directly to me as the instructor, as if we were having a one-on-one conversation. So we will have journal entries assignments throughout. We also have the annotated bibliography. Remember, that is going to be that literature review. And we'll talk much more in detail about this. But the annotated bibliography is going to be your chapter 2 of your prospectus. For your annotated bibliography, the key is a minimum of 15 items, 15 sources that you're going to find, 15 different references that you're going to use for your research project. And we'll go into much more detail on this. And then there is a final exam. The final exam is online, open book, and may include multiple choice, short answer, and essay questions. We then go into some assessment policies. You'll see the grading breakdown of the entire course with our written assignment, our application assignments, our discussion boards, our journals, that annotated bibliography, our prospectus, and our final exam. This is a 1,000-point course, and you have the breakdown of grades that correspond with that. All grades will be in the Grade Center on Blackboard. And then we have our weekly breakdown. For this course, there is going to be a weekly video that's going to be introduced each week, typically on Sunday evening or Monday morning. Those videos are going to break down each part of each week and talk about all these topics in detail. But for you, you can look through these to get familiar if you haven't already done so, and our due dates. I will once again reiterate that our assignments are due on a weekly basis, and when it says day 7, that references Sunday at 11:59. As you look through each week, you see that there are 3 deliverables typically on each week, with a 4th deliverable in week 6, and our week 8 is where there is some adjustment that needs to be made. You'll see that our final exam, our prospectus, our journal, and our course evaluation all have variations on dates. It is university policy that your major assignments get turned early in week 8, so it gives time for those to be graded, grades are submitted, and that you can exit this class and move on to your next class. So that's the logic why some of our assignments are due a little bit early in week 8, and I will give you numerous reminders to ensure that we don't miss any of those deadlines as we move towards the completion of this course. We then have some expectations on professionalism, regular effective contact. I'll go through this, take a few moments to go through this with you. When it comes to communications, Lancer Mail should be used for all email communications, and I'll check it on a daily basis. Timely feedback for communications is 24 hours. I already told you that I will do my due diligence to reply to you as soon as possible. I know that as online students, you appreciate that. If you email me, I will get back to you as soon as possible. If I can't get back to you immediately, I will do everything I can to get back to you by that evening. When it comes to the grading for it, the university says 72 hours. My grading policy, or 72 hours for minor assignments and 1 week for your major assignments. I do all my grading on Monday, typically Monday evening. I wait for all your assignments to be turned in. So on Sunday at 11:59, all your assignments are due, and I typically will grade all of them the following evening. I set aside that evening. I do all my grading. I know that you as students want to get that feedback. You want to put closure to the following week and move forward, especially in this course where you're going to need feedback on that week before you can build on next week. So that is my assurance to you. I will do all my grading on Monday evening, so you should have feedback on each one of your assignments. Now, if you're a student that turns stuff in early, I typically wait till the closing. That way I can grade all of your assignments together. It's all fresh in my mind. So if you were to turn something in on Wednesday, I'm going to wait till the close on Monday or Sunday evening. Then Monday I do my grading. So that's our regular effective contact. And finally, the thing that I need to put a lot of emphasis on is late assignments. So I'm going to read through this very clearly and talk you through it. No late assignments will be accepted without instructor approval or a bona fide emergency and at the sole discretion of the professor. Computer, printer, email, and similar technical problems are not acceptable excuses for late work. If you anticipate a problem, illness, potentially family emergency, etc., let the professor know ASAP. Email messages are checked regularly. No makeup work opportunity will be given except under the most extenuating circumstances and at the sole discretion of the professor. No assignment submitted will receive a 0 and will be calculated into the course gradebook. Acceptance of late work cannot receive full credit no matter how perfect it is. Late assignments will be deducted 10% of their point value of the given assignment for every day it is late. No late assignments will be accepted beyond 1 week of the original due date, no exceptions. Discussion boards, due to the prompt dialogue among participants, cannot be submitted past the predetermined due date because of the required interaction, and the critical assignment and final exam are time sensitive and need to be submitted as scheduled. No late work, no exceptions. So let's break that down real fast. It sounds like a lot of no's in there, but I realize that I'm a professional, you're a professional. That's why you've chosen or have chosen online and professional studies here at CBU. I know that we're all working adults probably as well, and I know that there are emergencies that occur. If you have an emergency, I realize that. I know that many of you are working adults, mothers, fathers, caregivers, and things are going to occur. If you have a problem, email me and we'll be able to deal with anything. The key is communication. I cannot solve any of your problems. I cannot help you with any of your problems if you do not communicate. If you can communicate, I don't think there's a problem that we cannot solve. Lack of communication will be a major issue. So if you have an issue, send me an email and we will work around that. We'll work through that. But I need communication, and I need communication prior to due dates. It doesn't do you any good to email me 4 days after the due date and tell me that you were sick. We live in an era that communication is everywhere. On occasions, I hear people that tell me that I didn't have internet access. I wonder where you go where there isn't internet access nowadays for an entire week. I would like to find that place. But the reality is that we are connected everywhere we go. If there is an emergency, we will deal with it. The key is letting me know. If you anticipate a problem, family emergency, let me know and we'll work around that. No makeup work will be given except under the most extenuating circumstances and at the sole discretion of the professor. If you have an issue, get a hold of me and we'll work through it. If you do miss an assignment, you will get a 0. Even if I tell you your late work will be accepted, you'll get a 0. Each day that you miss, 10% will be reduced, even if it's perfect. That is the penalty for late work. And if you get permission to give late work and it goes beyond 1 week, it will not be accepted. Because in reality, after a week, it's already lost 70% and there's not much point value left. Discussion boards, as we've already talked about, due to the fact of the dialogue, no late work will be accepted. And university policies state that the critical assignment and final exam are time sensitive. No late work, no exceptions. So those dates, they are due and we will need them by that date. If you have any questions, concerns, or comments on this late assignment policy, feel free to talk to me, contact me. But the key is just communications. If you have an issue, we will be able to deal with it as long as we can communicate. Finally, we have etiquette, our academic honesty, our students with disabilities, and a summary of additional and further reading that might benefit you if you want to enhance your understanding of research methods. I hope that our review of this syllabus answers some of the questions. We will update this weekly. As I said, there will be more videos like this that you'll get from me that might reiterate some of the concepts. But if you have any issues, concerns, misunderstandings of the syllabus, the key is communication. Anything you have questions with, give me an email. We'll work our way through that. I'm looking forward to this course. To me, this is one of the better courses in this political science program because there is some interesting interaction, and the module, the kind of conceptual building of this course, I find it to be very interesting. Students find it interesting. The fact that we build off each week and we build these pieces, we put it at the end and we actually build this project, this prospectus, it's an exciting class. I look forward to our time together. I feel blessed that we can share it together, and I just look forward to talking to you more as we move through this journey of this course. So bye for now, and look forward to more videos from me in the future.